Okay, hello! Here we are for a playthrough of Outer Wilds. So I had kind of already recorded a few episodes, but I realized after the fact that actually the sound quality of the first episode was really terrible. Um, I adjusted the volume settings after the first one a bit, but I didn't realize at that time that the audio was that bad in the first episode. So yeah, the game was way too loud and you were basically unable to hear me. So I'm gonna walk you through the steps I took in the first episode to get to the point where the second episode starts, and hopefully that's gonna be a bit quicker than it was the first time around, although that didn't take too long either. But so this is kind of not blind for the first episode here, but after that it's gonna be blind again. Okay, so let's jump in. Oh, and of course I made a new save file here to start this off, and we will be switching back. Oh, and yes, I'm playing with keyboard and mouse, although the game explicitly asked me to use a controller. I'm really bad with controllers. So this thing is something I noticed, and I mean this game is obviously about like space traveling, and I want to kind of look into that, whatever that is. But let's talk to Slate here. There's our pilot, back from your pre-launch camp out under the stars, I see. So it's launch day, eh? Seems like only yesterday you joined the space program, and suddenly here you are, leaving on your first solo voyage. What you say, ready to get this beauty off the ground? It's all fueled up and ready to go. You sure you fixed the retro rockets? That was only a problem one time, and then maybe a few times after that, but hey, no reason to dwell on the past, right? Well, it's super funny how everything here is so, like, really fishy. You were gonna see in a second what I mean. I mean, this is already a good start. Anyway, you'll need to get the launch codes from Hornfels at the observatory before you can lift off. Just bring those here once you've said your goodbyes or whatever. Okay. We will do that. Oh, and you can kind of roast marshmallows here, but I don't really understand the mechanics. I mean, this doesn't look like anything changed, but now I can eat it. Well, whatever. Okay, so this is the elevator that brings us to the ship. It's funny how I instinctively press shift all the time to sprint. That's not an option here. And here I think Mika. Hey, it's you. Slade said you'd be blasting off in your ship today. I'm really excited to see the launch. Aren't you gonna go into space, aren't you? You better not have changed your mind. I hear you and Slade beefed up the model ship. Can I see it? Yeah, we recalibrated the controls and installed better thrusters. Want to give it a test drive? Slade says it's just like the real thing, only less likely to start a fire. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Try to land on one of the geyser pools. Show me what you've got. Okay, and first time around I was really terrible here, but so let's look at this. It's left shift to go up and then just not so far. Yeah, and then you can reset that with Q. Okay, yeah, that's also a great start, but I think we can still make it. Nice. Okay, yeah, that's kind of the thing, because I mean this is important because the ship itself actually carries handles quite similar, but yeah. Wow, that was just like the time the external fuel tanks exploded on re-entry. Yikes. You'll be okay flying the big one, right? Okay, interesting. I mean, I did it, but it gave me a bad comment. Okay. this is Porphy. Hey, Hatchling. I hear you're leaving us to seek adventure amongst the stars. When you return, let's you, me, and Gosen open up a bottle of the good stuff. The good stuff is less delicious sap wine and more daunting digestive challenge. I love these lines. An iron stomach is the mark of a true Earthian, my friend. Any of you know Battle Chef Brigade, then Iron Stomach means something else. A hardy hunter-gatherer lifestyle stems from trial and error, by which I mean our ancestors survived eating a lot of bad things. Yikes. I mean, we can, I think, Heyo, the astronaut returns. Yeah. What can I do for you? Yeah, I mean, Porphy, they just kind of do this wine thing and I don't know really. Okay, and then we have a Rutile here. That's actually blasting off in that thing, huh? Who told my odds of survival are statistically quite high. Wow, reassuring. Yeah, the space program's certainly come a long way. I should probably thank you for causing fewer flash fires than your predecessors. By the way, good luck with those retro rockets. Yeah, great. Okay, and then these are also really confidence-inducing. This pilot seat, used by pioneering astronaut Feldspar, is all that remains of our inaugural flight into space. Although it's been argued such a distinction requires a breathtakingly liberal definition of flight, that day will nevertheless always be remembered as a landmark achievement in Earthian history. Yeah. Not really much to do here. Okay, and then I think here you can do some... There's a sky satellite, and... Ah, right, that's just like moving around, and using right click I can shoot some photos here. I actually don't know where the village is, so them asking me to take a photo of the village isn't even that easy, but okay. So it's launch day, huh? Hal's going to miss you. Yeah. Speaking of launch day, I was thinking about it, and the platform those ships launch from is getting old. Isn't it about time you built a new, less flammable one? Yeah, flammable? The big tree in the village would be the perfect choice. I wouldn't mind helping out the space program, just say the word. Ha, you didn't realize that. Don't worry, it's held up for all the launches so far. It'll definitely be fine for yours, probably. Yeah, these people, they are so insane about safety / security. Oh, and we didn't talk to Venus. Hello there, Space Cadet. I hear you're leaving the crater today. If you meet any of the other travelers up there, remind them to take proper care of the instruments, won't you? Okay, yeah, and this is the kind of thing. Chert has drums, Remake has a banjo, and Gabber has a flute, and Feldspar has a harmonica. Right, and there's this thing here. What's it called again? Well, whatever it's called. And you can kind of zoom in on them when these two half circles meet. And there's a harmonica and stuff. Yeah, so you can find the other astronauts with this kind of thing. And this is basically the tutorial for that. Hello, astronaut. Well, if it isn't my favorite troublemaker, we wanted to play hide and seek, but Moraine won't let us borrow their signal scope. Right, signal scope. That's the name of this tool, because it's really delicate and not supposed to be thrown around like that. Yeah, and then we can play kind of a game of hide and seek here. I love the darkening, which really emphasizes the kind of, you have the two slits because you have 4 eyes. I mean, that probably wouldn't look like that, but I mean, it's a nice touch. So, and then here you can see that we are on a different frequency in the lower, and this is the frequency that is meant for this radio. Yeah, you can see one of them over there. So we're gonna go there. Oh, you found me, but my hiding spot is super good. Don't forget, you have to find both of us, okay? Yes. And I think the other one... Well, let's do it properly. Okay, it's over. So she's over here. Nice. Galina. I won. I'm happy. Thanks for playing with us. Yeah, she's really shy apparently. A little bit sad. Actually, have I ever been here before? Nope. Where am I? How do I get out of here? Let me out. Okay. And I think now we can basically go up to the observatory. Yeah, and now we have both of these frequencies. Oh, the music is so nice. It's a really pleasant atmosphere. I think that's the observatory. And then we have some other thing here. Oh right, and these things. Danger. Inside this fence is a pocket of ghost matter, a strange and dangerous substance that is invisible to the naked eyes. The good news is that you can detect ghost matter with the camera. Moving through ghost matter is uniquely painful and probably kill you. Don't complain to me if you hurt yourself fooling around. Porn fence. Yeah, and then you can take snapshots here and you can see this weird glowy thing. That's ghost matter, I assume. And I think this is the tree that Marl was talking about, the one they wanted to use for a new platform. And this is Moraine. Oh, hello, astronaut. This is good weather for your launch, right? That's lucky. What are you up to? I'm using my scope to pick up sounds from distant planets. It's set to the Outer Wilds Ventures frequency, so I can pick up the traveler's music. Yeah, really nice in terms of design here also, that they kind of implicitly tell you that you have these various frequencies and you can switch between them. Last night I heard Revex banjo coming from Brittle Hollow. I hope that means they're safe. I can hear different planets too. It depends on what time of day or night it is, since different planets are in the sky at different times. Signal scopes are cool. Indeed. Right, so now they say, I'm concerned Marl will cut down this tree if there's no one in it, so I don't want to leave it for too long. Mayor Rutal says Marl isn't supposed to cut it down, but I don't think they see eyes to eyes on this one. Yep. I'll still watch your launch, though. I'll have a good view from up here. Yeah, I mean, the launch pad is... Actually, where is it? Ah, over there. That sounds like a harmonica. Duh, I guess. Okay. Oh, and right, so let's go up here. I saw smoke coming from Young Bar crater up north, and I figured I should go check it out. You can use the scout launcher, just please don't break it while I'm gone. Tactiles. Okay, and this is the scout launcher. Quantum Grove crater. No, that's not the direction. Geyser Mountains. Young Bar crater, so we want to aim that direction. Can we launch it further up? No. Okay, so then there's definitely smoke there. Okay, and we can also let's look at the other directions. I don't really remember what this was. The geyser? Yeah, the geysers. Okay, and then we have a volcano or something over here. Or some other crater, I think. It's just another crater. Oh my, the sensitivity on this is terrible. Okay, and what's that direction? Nomai ruins, right. Okay. This scouting thing is slower than I would hope. Ah, that's that, okay. Okay, so then there's these are some structures that you can even see later on when we will launch. But let's go into the zero-G cave now. Sko-san? Hey, I thought I might see you before the big launch. Yep. Right. Like you weren't nervous for your first flight. Hey, don't worry about it. Your nerves are between you, me, and the vast endlessness of space. But really, you'll do fine out there. I'd worry more about that ship if I were you. Hopefully that lunatic Slade at least fixed the retro rockets. Well, supposedly he did. So listen, there's a satellite, which is definitely not just a piece of broken mining equipment, set up down in the zero-G cave and in need of repairs. If you're looking for a little last-minute zero-G practice, head down the lift and into the cave, or don't, so long as you're confident you can make ship repairs in space. Yeah, let's just do it. I don't think it takes long. And I can show off my terrible zero-G skills once more. I can't move in here. Weird. Right. This cave is kind of wild. Okay. So this is extremely like trustworthy looking spacesuit. Right, and the zero-G cave is down here. And we can press the space bar to match velocity of an object which we have kind of locked onto, right? And then we can repair with E when we're close enough. Right, and there are two of these. So it's pretty easy. I mean, and I think, I mean, at least what I saw so far, these repairs don't really get any more complicated than that. so just fix these up, and then we can get out of here, which is that direction. Yeah, I think I have comedic timing. Was just about to say I'm doing kind of okay this time around, but well, not really. Okay, let's also talk to Tough. And Tough is really kind of afraid of the zero-G cave, so nice of you to drop down, he says. Oh, they say. I'm getting some zero-G time in. So you're going in there in the cave. Ugh. What? No, I'm fine. Great. Great and fine. Yeah, I'm going to drift around down there for a while. Just going to float upside down and whatnot. Ugh. Just, you know, ricochet off the walls, spin around a lot, that kind of thing. You're the worst. Yep, I'm sorry, Tough. Oh, and you can also hammer yourself into the ground with these thrusters. Which is kind of wild, but okay. So let's go out again, and then Gosen will be happy with us. And I think actually then we can get the launch codes and head over to the ship. Suddenly it's very dark. Ooh, frames, hello. Gosen, nicely done. Of course it'll be a lot more stressful when you're hurtling through space, but just remember your training and try not to hit anything big. I can see you're itching to get off this rock, so get the launch codes from the observatory and get out of here already. Best of luck. Yes, I will. Strive to not kill myself. Okay, and this is hell, I think. These are the founding members: Hornfels, Gosen, Slate, and Felsbar. Outer Wilds Ventures, Timberhearth's first and only space program, was founded to explore the farthest reaches of our solar system. Right. Hell. Hey, it's my favorite astronaut, launch day at last. Huh, to Buddy? It's the translator tool's inaugural flight too. I'm so excited to it's making me nauseous. Just think, you'll be able to translate any Nomai text you want, anywhere you are. The two of us put a lot of hours into inventing that tool, so don't break it, okay? Oh jeez, do not break it. Ignore me, okay? I'm just nervous. And I'm not even the one going into space. How are you feeling? This time I'm actually excited. Good. You've only been waiting for this day since we were hatchlings. I can't wait to see all your training pay off. So what's the dirt? You here to see the new Nomai statue? Of course. Yeah, I knew you'd want to see it before you headed off. Hornfels just finished prepping it for display today. Amazing, isn't it? Makes me wish we could see what a real live Nomai looks like. But I guess this is as close as we'll ever get. Check it out. Looks like they had fur. Fur is weird. I actually agree, fur is weird. This is the first fully intact statue I ever found, you know, and for how old it is, it's in great shape. Ah, jeez, I got a little carried away here. Go on. You have a ship to launch. Take care of yourself out there, you hear? Yeah, and that's this statue, I think. And that's this Nomai race. And I think, yeah. This remarkably intact statue was carved by the Nomai, an ancient species who dwelt in our solar system thousands of years ago. The statue provides us with our most detailed look yet at the Nomai, who appear to have been covered with a layer of fur. Note the decorative jewelry that has been carved as a part of the antlers. Although their artifacts and structures have been found on almost every planet in the solar system, we still have no idea where the species came from or what happened to them. Well, okay, I still don't really see the so-called jewelry. on the antlers, but oh fine. I mean, that's a nice thing. Okay, and this text is linear. Normal text often branches off from a central point. Interestingly, each branch tends to be written by a different author. Yes, I thought, wait, are we not getting the... I think we just move up to it and then maybe... there's the translator thing. And we can translate this. Cassava, we're nearly ready. Felix and I have finished construction and she says calibrating this device won't take long. Felix, fortunately the Atlarock's lack of atmosphere will make calibration simple. After all this time, I'm thrilled to finally resume our search. Right. And that's how you decipher these kind of text things. It's really interesting concept. So this is a skeleton of them. This is kind of some base. This right. Yeah, they. For example, the little scout now boasts a warp retrieval capability that allows astronauts to recall their scouts almost instantly. This has dramatically reduced the number of scouts lost to the depths of space. Yeah, indeed, and that was also on this practice thing we used. This is a kind of crystal they found with the Nomai, and it kind of warps gravity locally so that you can stand on the wall, which is the crystal is facing down towards. And yeah, it's kind of weird getting off, but yeah, that's from Brittle Hollow. Okay, just some specimen, and here they... Stars like our sun generate light and heat by fusing hydrogen into helium. As it grows older, the star runs out of hydrogen and starts to contract. As the star contracts, it gets hotter, causing the outer layers to expand. The star has become a red giant. When the core is hot enough, it starts to fuse helium into carbon. If a star is massive enough, it will continue to fuse carbon into even heavier elements like iron. Ultimately, the star will collapse under its own gravity and then explode in a violent event called a supernova. Based on Schert's observations, this will one day be the fate of our own sun. And there's an image of these Nomai ruins here on wait, was it what's the planet here called? Something with Hearth. I forget. Damn. Okay, and then these balls move on their own. The ground is perfectly level, so what do you think causes this spooky motion? And I think I actually guessed this correctly in the first episode. I think it's like the moon, tidal forces from the moon. Right, the answer is the moon. As it orbits our planet, the Atlarock's gravity pulls in objects from different directions. In fact, it's pulling on you right now. Sadly, these are not moving. Hello? Doing something? I mean, last time they were like kind of moving straight across this display. Kind of confused why that's not happening this time around. But let's get up here, and then we meet Hornfels, I think. There you are. I've just finished pre-flight observations and local conditions are good. Time to get our newest astronaut off the ground. And you'll be our first astronaut ever equipped with the Nomai translator tool. I confess I've been giddy all day just thinking about it. We're better equipped than ever to unravel the mysteries of the Nomai. You and Hal should be very proud of your work. Tell me, what's your plan once you're in space? Yeah, I think I'm going to learn more about the Nomai. I might have guessed as much. No sense in making a translator tool if you're not going to use it to translate anything. Right. We've barely scratched the surface of the Nomai writing in our solar system, so we still know very little about them. We've no idea if they originated here, traveled here, or why they disappeared. That tool of yours should prove indispensable in solving the mystery of this ancient species. Well then. I'm ready to get off this rock. Excellent, you will be needing the launch codes then. Here they are. Good luck, let me know if I can help you with anything. And now we have launch codes. And we also have a map now, which is really nice. Ah, so Timberhearth was the name. I forgot that. And then zoom like this, and there's also the Atl Rock, which is it's kind of the moon of Timberhearth, and it's really quite interesting. So I mean, I don't know if the distances here are like realistic, but I mean it looks really small, kind of in comparison to the planet itself. But I learned today actually that for the Earth, the moon is kind of ridiculously large in comparison. So like a quarter of the diameter, whereas the kind of second largest moon to planet ratio is like 5% or something in the solar system, right? And that's kind of interesting, I think. So yeah, this seems realistic-ish, maybe also a bit on the larger side, but I had no idea that moons were usually that small. But I guess that large ratio is also necessary for the tidal forces to make an actual impact, I guess. Well, okay. And then we have a double or even triple. I don't really know what that down there is. Double planet system here that looks insanely unstable, if you ask me, in terms of like physics. But whatever. The Hourglass Twins, Ash and Amber. Okay, and then there's Brittle Hollow, which we already learned some about, and Hollow's Lantern, which is very interesting. That's glowing this much, so that must be insanely hot. And then there's Giant's Deep, and I don't know what that is. Is that debris, or have the Earthians put on some stations there? What is this then? Nope, nothing. And then there's Dark Bramble. This also looks insane. I don't know. Right, and there's also something else, which is called the Interloper, which looks like kind of a comet or something, which kind of has this trajectory, but maybe it's also kind of further out right now. I'm not quite sure. Right, and this I found also quite interesting. Hornfield's observations. This is incredible. At first I thought the points of light were in this image were stars, but they're not, they're galaxies. And this image covers just a tiny patch of the whole sky, which means the universe contains at least 1,000 times more galaxies than we previously imagined. I think I need to sit down. Right, and then... Oops. This is odd. According to my redshift calculations, every single galaxy in this image is moving away from us. In fact, the farther away a galaxy is, the faster it appears to be moving away. It's almost as if the entire universe is expanding. But if that's true, was everything closer together in the past, and how far back can we extrapolate? Did the universe have a beginning? Yeah, I find this is really a nice touch here, because of course these observations were also made on Earth, kind of in the early 20th century, I want to say. And this is kind of I should know this kind of thing, but yeah, well, so right, so these were also made, and previously people thought there was only one galaxy, so the Milky Way was the only galaxy, and all the bright dots we saw on these in the sky were just kind of, yeah, well, other stars. And then people realized that these were actual galaxies when the kind of resolution of telescope images increased. What the fuck? You're moving. That's not okay. I actually did not enter this room. The strange rock moving around in this grotto appears direct to conscious observation. The level-headed among us realize there must be some sort of optical illusion at play, but Gabriel claims the rock exists in all possible states until it is observed, whatever that means. Whatever is actually happening, both sides of this debate agree the effect is extremely creepy. Ah, okay, and they also pushed in a touch of like quantum mechanics in here, I guess. Yeah, I mean, there's this concept of superposition and observation, but that's really technical. Right. Yeah, and here we see everything we did until now. I don't really know why. That's super weird. And I think hell is around the corner here. Hey, so did you get a good look at that Nomai statue? The statue was glowing. Why was it glowing? Whoa, the statue was doing what? So its eyes opened and then you saw images from your own memories and glowing lights flying around? You mean like hallucination? Listen, no offense, but are you sure you're okay to launch, like medically speaking? Well, yes, but the statue was definitely weird. I mean, if you're saying that it happened, then I guess maybe it did. But why? Hornfels tried everything to get the statue's eyes to open, and nothing like this ever happened to them. I don't think you're going to get any answers from the museum statue, but Gabro said they were going back to Giant's Deep. Don't know which island they're on, though. Islands? Oh my. Maybe they'd be able to tell you more. On the other hand, Gabro's, Gabro, so maybe you'd be better off searching for more info on your own. Geez, now I'm really jealous you're going into space. Hey, see if you can use our translator tool to find out more about the statue, okay? Definitely. Good luck and safe flying. Yeah, so that's that. Doink. Okay. So I think what I did now is obviously launch. And are you going into space and never coming back like Felspar did? What? Don't worry, I'll come back. That's what Felspar said too, but they never came back. Hornfels will be really sad if you don't come back. Like how sad it makes them to talk about Felspar, so you should make sure you don't get lost in space too. I will try. The music, I mean, it's just so nice. Okay, let me just check something for a second here. Okay, and I'm back. And, well, actually, we can stop the episode here, because that's all I did. And then in the second episode, which trip, which I recorded last time. Yikes. We will launch the ship and right, then we'll see each other. So I will now kind of record the third episode, which will come after the second, where I kind of launched the ship, and then you will see what happens. Right. Okay. See you then.